Ian Thorpe has pulled out of the Commonwealth Games. The swimming sensation says he's been forced to make the decision due to ongoing illness. Here's some of what he had to say at a press conference in Sydney this afternoon.
I've struggled for the last 3 weeks to overcome my illness, and it's been a very trying time, a very difficult time, as I realised how this was slipping away from me, trying to get back and get ready for the Commonwealth Games. So it's very frustrating, it's very disappointing that I can't be part of the team. I'm getting better, which is a good thing, but you know, I've had bronchitis, and basically that's it. And with that, because I've been so run down, you know, I've picked up a lot of other things as well. I have a blocked nose, a runny nose. My sinuses have then been playing up as well. I have never taken so many tablets in my life as what I have in the past few weeks. I haven't had antibiotics for I don't know how long. I'm currently on 2 different types of antibiotics to try and clear this out of my system, which now have started working, but a little too little too late really. I tried to train in the afternoon. I'd kind of given myself little targets throughout this, and I tried to swim, and I was so far off it. I was struggling actually to swim up and down. It was my desire to compete at the Commonwealth Games that got me to the pool and allowed me to try those few laps when I really couldn't, and I wanted to compete, and it was kind of that hope, and I hoped that there was a light at the end of the tunnel where I would be able to compete. And it's helped me get to this point, and it's also why I have such disappointment now that I can't compete at the Commonwealth Games.
Ian Thorpe speaking earlier this afternoon. It's another blow for the swim team, which has already lost Grant Hackett through injury. I spoke to swimming champion Karen Perkins. Good afternoon, Karen. What impact would Ian Thorpe's decision have on the swim team?
Oh, well, at a personal level, everybody, of course, is going to be very disappointed for Ian. I think, he is a leader amongst the group. He's such a professional athlete. Professionally, everybody's there to do a job. I think, they'll go forth and swim well regardless, but no doubt they will miss him.
Karen, he's obviously one of the more experienced swimmers and was favourite for several medals. Is there the depth in the men's group to cover his events?
Well, not really. Certainly not with the same amount of confidence that we would have had if Ian was there. The 100 freestyle is always going to be a tough one for us when you consider that the South Africans have got the 2 best athletes in the world at the moment in that event. And of course the 200 freestyle, where you would have to say that without Ian, that one's probably beyond our grasp as well.
Now, Karen, you've battled fatigue and sickness in the past and still won. Do you think Ian have tried to right himself and get himself up and compete?
Look, not at this late stage. I mean, we're only 7 or 8 days out from the competition now, and really in that period of time, if he'd have been, 60 or 70% healthy now, you'd say, oh, tough it out, you might be able to get on top, but, he's obviously still quite very ill.
There still is a good chance for Craig Stevens, though, especially after he gave up his spot for Ian at the Athens Games.
Look, it's very exciting for Craig. It's a fabulous turn of fate that he was the next member available for selection on the team, so he was able to take those roles and those positions. But there's no doubt that it gives Craig a great opportunity to get in there and compete at the highest level and be a part of the team that loves having him.
Karen Perkins, thank you very much for your time this afternoon.
It's a pleasure, thank you.